Hey guys, what's going on? Today I want to do a quick little talk about leader material, or you can use it for mainline material too, I suppose, and that is fluorocarbon. And as you can see here, I've got Cigar fluorocarbon in front of me, which has become the brand that I really like to use, and I really like this red label stuff. It seems to be really tough and strong and abrasion resistant, which is important for salmon and steelhead. And they even have, like this one, salmon, trout, steelhead, pound test that they recommend for certain types of fishing. This is what they recommend for salmon. It's 20 pound. This is 6 pound. I use this a lot for bass and trout and things like that. And then this is 10 pound, which I also use for steelhead mostly, and also bass fishing. And all of it seems to work pretty well. One of the things that I do notice about Cigar is some lines, they'll give you a pound test rating, and it will actually be stronger than the rating. Cigar is pretty accurate in when they say it's 6 pound test rating, it's 6 pound test rating. It's not like P line, which you'll get, and I used to use P line a lot, and like their 10 pound test was actually like 18 pound test rated. So you don't get that with Cigar. You get pretty much what you ask for. And I've tried other brands. This is Yozuri Top Knot. It's okay. It's a mainline fluorocarbon. It's all right. It's not super abrasion resistant like the red label is. This is Basics by Cigar, so this is a little different. This is more of a softer line, more of a softer braid, and that's why I like using it. I like to use this for, I'll do a blood knot or whatever and tie it to the end of my braid and put 6 or 8 feet of this on here when I'm fishing for bass or whatever, and putting on like a Cinco or a trick worm or something like that, or doing like drop shotting, and you need a little length of fluorocarbon on the end just to make it invisible. I'll use this for that a lot. But for salmon, trout, and steelhead, I like the red label a lot. Super durable packaging. This is, you either get the standard square box or you get this kind of packaging. This comes in a box also, but I kind of like this because you can get the end of your line out like that and keep it in there, and you can just unwrap it like that, and you don't get a big bunch of line on your table all balled up, because you see how that just does that thing right there. Now imagine it coming off the spool like that, and pretty soon you got a mess and you're just wasting a bunch of line. So that is what I recommend for leader material for fluorocarbon. And if you don't know how fluorocarbon works, I don't know who invented it. I think actually Berkeley might have been the one who invented it. But the way that it works is it reflects light, refracts light at the same frequency as water. In other words, everything refracts light at a different frequency, and that's what gives it its color. So when you look at something that's red, it's because it refracts the red frequency, so your eyes see it as red. Well, this reflects everything at the same as water, so when this goes into water, it disappears. And so I've watched a video long time ago, and it was geez, who is that guy? The guy that invented the Cinco. What is his name? I have Yozuri stuck in my head and I can't get it out of my brain now. Anyway, they were fishing in a really clear pond down in Texas by where he lives, and he was using 20 pound test fluorocarbon leader in this super clear water, and he's like, it doesn't matter what you use, it refracts light the same as water. So you could use 50 pound test leader if you want, the fish aren't going to see it. And he was catching fish in this totally super clear water. So Anyway, so I don't know if that's, you know, you can think whatever you want, but that's how it works. And that's one of the reasons I like it for salmon and steelhead, because you're dealing with clear water a lot, and you're dealing with fish that get pressured a lot. So it's important that you have a leader material that disappears, and this absolutely does. And it still has to be strong. So you can't just use like 20-pound regular mono and expect to get the same results. It just won't happen. You need the fluorocarbon. It's just much better, much more durable, much more abrasion resistant. Not holding strength is a little bit different with this stuff. You definitely want to make sure whenever you're tying something up with this stuff that you wet your knots and you make sure to cinch them down good. And, you know, go online. There's all kinds of special knots meant specifically for fluorocarbon, and I use them. I think they work pretty good. The Palomar knot's one of them, which is super easy to tie. And there's so many new knots nowadays. And if you go to if you go to toadsticker.com, I'm going to start posting photos of different knots and things on there, so you can get a little bit of information that way. Otherwise, guys, come and check out my live feed. We had one last Friday. It went really well. I do live feed every Friday night at 5 p.m. and I just basically try to talk about fishing mostly, and interact with the people who show up, especially right now since it's not a huge live feed, so I don't get, I don't have hundreds of people. I can interact with pretty much everybody, and I answer questions and things like that. So come and check that out on Friday nights. Go check out toadsticker.com for river reports for the Pacific Northwest. The ones that I fish during the week, and I try to change my reports every Friday, so you can know if you're one of them weekend warriors where you may want to go or may not want to go. Toad Sticker on Facebook, also Toad Sticker on Instagram. So you can check all those out. You can email me at richard@toadsticker.com. If you have any questions or anything, I will answer them. That would be awesome. So anyway, that's all I got to talk about on this subject. If you have any questions, ask them down below. Please like, please subscribe, and I will talk to you later.